I mean, some people, they were looking at the crime scene. There's a handprint on Nancy's bed where she was sleeping. But you look at Sid's bed, there's no blood at all. I mean, you can't stab somebody like that and not have like any blood on your bed. Now, back then, I think that they just didn't give a shit. It was two junkies. You know, one junkie killed the other junkie. You know, they didn't give a shit about nothing. They didn't sit there and analyze that. They put their finger at Sid, and that was it, because they knew that the knife was the knife was notorious. Sid Vicious was notorious. So they just kind of put two and two together. They didn't do a proper investigation. Now, there's other people in that room. They were saying, but when they went to the room, the police, there was a drawer that was pulled out, and that's where Nancy Spungen had left her money. She had her money tied up in a hairband, and you know, there was rumors about Nancy carrying $3,000 or $4,000 at all times on her. Now, when you're partying with people, even today, you don't want to say that you got money and throw money around, do this, because you don't know who's at that party. Somebody's going to rob you. Now, back then, it was notorious. They just took your money. That was it, because there's a lot of junkies around back then. But like I said, the money was missing. The drawer was open. Even Sid in the morning had said that, oh, my money's gone. You know, there's no money here. But a lot of people have said that she did it herself because of the way the knife was held and stuck into her stomach. It looks like a self-induced wound, which she is notorious for doing. She cut her wrist. She did this. She had bipolar. She had schizophrenia. I mean, she was really this woman was pretty bad, Nancy Spungen. And she was young too. She was only like 20 years old. I don't even think she made her 21st birthday. But she was a bad influence on Sid, and you know, we all know about the Sid and Nancy thing. I mean, you can look it up on the internet and read about it. But these knives played a definite role in that, and what happened with those two individuals. This knife, the K98, I mean the Jaguar, the K11, I mean, played a role in his death. I mean, if it wasn't for this knife, and because that's the kind of knife that did it. It was the 007 that did it. I don't care if it was this K98 or this one or this. It was definitely this knife that did it. So if these knives weren't around, hopefully maybe she would have been around. Who knows? But why I'm saying it played a role in Sid's death was because after he got out, he was very depressed. He didn't know if he did it or not. When you wake up in the morning, your fucking wife or your girlfriend's dead. Sorry about the language. You're scared. You don't know anything. You don't know who did it, why it happened, or did I do it? It's very scary. So I think when he went to Rikers, he spent some time in Rikers, and I think his former manager had posted bail for him to get out. The first thing he wanted to do is get high. I mean, when's the best time to get high? When you're clean. So he hung out with some people after he got out, and one of his friends, it was a photographer, had gotten him, heroin. It was very high grade for the time, and it killed him. He overdosed on the heroin, and he died. There's a lot of speculation whether his mother had gave him a hot shot, or if his girlfriend, he had another girlfriend at the time. I forget her name, but she was in the bed with Sid when he died. I don't think she did the heroin, but he did, and he wanted to be high, and he got, I don't know if he got hot shot or he killed himself. It looks like he killed himself. But when Sid died, the case died, and that was the end of it. Nothing further went on. Nobody knows who killed Nancy. There's this thing on the internet. If you look up on YouTube, who killed Nancy? It's actually a really long story about who killed this woman. So they really don't know, but like I said, she was killed with this knife, they think. Could have been another knife, but, this was in the crime scene photos. But infamous, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at infamous things. I like infamous things that have history. I don't want, like, infamous, oh my God, this is like the whip that, people use to beat each other, sexually or whatever. That's not infamous. I want to look at history's infamous items, and I want everybody to stay tuned, because I'm sure I'll have something else to put online, but I'm trying to keep away from the history. And listen, I really appreciate my followers. I think I got 70. That's like wonderful for me. I'm not really worried too much, but we're going to take a look at a lot of things. We're going to look at a lot of different things history wise, and I want you to stay tuned, because it's going to be interesting. All right, man. Peace out, guys. Thanks.